Karen Thomas Cortes wants to know whether there's a message from her mother-in-law, June Rusty. And really is more interested if the message is for her husband than anything else. So what we'll do is we'll use these mediumship cards here to see what we can get through, as you would say. Each card has a pre-written message on it, and of course, by asking for June Rusty's spirit, not necessarily June Rusty as we know her, but June Rusty as we'll know her when we all meet together one day, of course, but her spirit, and we'll see if she has anything to say to her husband, maybe. So we'll get the cards and let's now, as we shuffle the cards, settle down there and let's just try and bring the two worlds together for a moment, shall we? As we shuffle the cards and we just simply ask, Spirit of June Rusty, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, June Rusty, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of June Rusty, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, June Rusty, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of June Rusty, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, June Rusty, through these cards and move among us. Blessed be to June Rusty and all absent friends. And we just cut the deck, and where the deck splits there is where it's thought to be at its most energetic point, where June has left the message. So effectively the centre of the deck is on top, isn't it? Just pop them there, and then of course let's see what the first thing June would like to say. But we'd just like to say something first as well, wouldn't we? We'll just get in there before June, as we just say, welcome June to our sitting. Welcome. It's pleased to meet you, and we look forward now to what you've got to say, what message you've got to convey there to the rest of the family, really, isn't it? To Karen and her husband. Let's we'll just get this first card here, and what we'll do is we'll just flip it nice and slowly, not to disturb the energy there, just so we can just flip that there and just see what message is written on that. That's a nice card, isn't it, with like a heart in the tree, and let's just see what that's about. It just says, she's just saying really, Karen, I just want to know that I wish I'd told you more often how much I love you. That's really what I want. I think that's what I think. Do you know what I think, Karen? I've got a funny feeling here this is for a husband. I don't want to leave you out in any way, shape or form. I'm sure maybe, I suppose we all have our regrets in that department, but this is really for a husband. And she's just saying, for your husband, sorry, correction. Here we go again. But she's just saying to her son now that I just wish I'd told you more often I loved you. I know, yes, okay, we had our arguments and disagreements, as you would say, but nevertheless, we did get on. Okay, I'm your mother. And I think, yes, this message is for... It does look that way, doesn't it, Karen, really? Let's see, though. Never say never, as they say. What do you reckon there, June? What do you think? Never say never. Is there anything else you'd like to say, maybe to add to this, as we could say, or is this a separate part of something else? Let's just flip that card over there, and let's just see what that says. As we've seen, she's already saying, I just wish I'd told you more often I loved you. I loved you there. And then she's also saying, we're so connected, son, we're so connected. You know that, don't you? We're so connected. I think this is... looks like Karen's going to take a back seat just for a minute, Karen, doesn't it? Join the club. It looks like we're just observers at the minute there. As she's just saying there that we're so connected, son. I wish I'd told you more often I love you, though, you know that. But nevertheless, because we're so connected, maybe in a way, I mean, I'm just thinking this myself, maybe in a way, June, you didn't have to. Maybe because of mother's love or whatever, maybe you didn't have to do. Maybe you just felt it, knew it there. It's just nice to... I suppose we all have regrets that we didn't say it, isn't that right, June, I suppose? I'm just sort of trying to join in, really. This is a conversation between mother and son, really, and I shouldn't really poke my nose in. But what we'll do, we'll just pull out the next card and let's just see what else we can... I normally do 3 cards, but I somehow feel there may be just a couple more, or 2 or 3 maybe come out like that after this. That's a nice one, that unicorn. She's just saying, I just want you to know, son, that as a soul, I can be in several places at once. So I can be sort of in the sitting room watching telly with you, and watching Karen do the washing up in the kitchen. I can even be with the cat or the dog or whoever outside. I can be with the birds and the trees. I can be wherever I want, all at the same time. I'm beyond time and space, and you know that, don't you? And this is what I'm sort of getting from it. Let's see. I feel another one. I feel like 2 more coming out here. Like if it's 3 plus 3, I feel like it's maybe 6 or something, divisible by 3, either 3, 6 or 9. I sort of got the another 2 more. Let's just see what this one is here. That looks an interesting one, doesn't it? What does that say? She's just saying, my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. I just want you to know that as a soul, I can be in several places at once. I can be, but I just want you to know this. I just want to let you know that my death was painless at the moment of death, at the moment when I came over to the Summerlands, as heaven as you may know it, into the light of love. That's where I am now. I'm in love now. Don't have to worry about anything else. That's probably why I wish I'd told you more often I love you. I got this funny feeling she's sort of saying, that's why I'm telling you I wish I'd told you more often I loved you when I was there, because now I know what love really is, because I'm in love. I'm being bathed in love here. And of course that's what it's out. But don't you go holding on to guilt. Don't you let go of that guilt, because I just want you to know at the moment of death it was painless. I drifted away nicely, and somehow I feel she's sort of saying I saw a light and went towards it. I don't know why I'm thinking of that. Maybe, I don't know if it's my perception of what happens when you go, and based on stories I've heard of other people who've been and come back again, of course. But I sort of feel as she's saying, I saw the light and just went towards it. I sort of, I didn't fight it. I just got at the at the rapids, as you would say, and went at the waterfall and just let myself go over it, and I didn't swim against it, so to speak, and I swam with it, and now I'm better for it. But don't you go blaming yourself, holding on to guilt about what happened to me. Why is she saying what happened to me? I'm just sort of thinking that. I don't know why. I did say another one, didn't I, as well? This other one here. Let's just flip this nice and slow there, not to disturb the energy, just to see what else is going on there. I think maybe this. Look at that, there's footprints, like a single set of footprints. That reminds me of a poem, that does. I was on about that before, some time ago. But she's just saying it was my time to go. Don't want you holding on to guilt. It's as if she's adding to that, isn't it? It's like as if she's adding to it somehow. As if she's just saying, like, yes, my death was painless. Don't hold on to guilt, because it was my time to go, and no, I couldn't come back. I was too far gone, but it was my time to go, and I was being called over. I hear that sort of going in my head now. I was being called over. That's what I'm getting from that. Now, I did say, of course, that I felt 6. I don't know if one more. Do I feel as if one more? No, it seems as if he's gone silent, like quiet. I don't want to really. I want to pull one out because I'm nosy, but I don't feel as if I should. I feel as though. I think what we'll do, we'll just gather the cards there, and I'll just briefly go, because there's so many of them, isn't there? 6 of them there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 5 there, I think. Yes, there's 5. I said 6, didn't I? Maybe that's probably why I wanted to pull the other one. With the first one, she's saying, of course, I wish I'd told you more often I loved you, there, son. I wish I had told you that more often. I wish I'd loved you, but I wish I'd told you I'd told you more often. I loved you more, but then again, we like I say, you can't do everything, can you? I mean, you know, that's just the way things are. Time is a precious resource, and we've got very little of it. I sort of sense that coming through as well. But just remember, son, we're so connected, so it doesn't matter. I somehow sort of feel as if she's saying, it doesn't matter though, son. If I know, I do wish I'd told you more often that I loved you, but nevertheless, because we're so connected, we just tell each other anyway, don't we? Really, and that as a soul, just you remember, son, that as a soul, I can be in several places at once. So just be careful. I'm watching you. That's sort of a cheeky sort of smile coming through. And she just saying, my death was painless. I just want you to know that my death was painless. Don't you go blame yourself. Don't you go holding on to guilt or anything like that. You let it go, of course, we know that, but don't worry about that. I just want you to know not to worry, because, like as if there's a middle card, because, like a because, you can write it there, or because on this other card, or a because card, in the sense of because it was my time to go, and that's just the way it was. Yes, we know that some people are revived and come back, but it was my time to go, so it wouldn't have been of much use anyway. And I said 6, didn't I? We've got 5 there, haven't we? My maths isn't very good, you know, especially, I don't know, but I think what we can do, we can grab this last card, I think, because I said, say, 6 divisible by 3, didn't I? 3, 6, 9, 12, that's what we normally do when we have a seance there or whatever, which we're doing now, of course. Let's just pull this last card. Let's just see if there's any final thing that she wants to say. I did just want to, but you knew I wanted that card, didn't you, really? And she's just saying, now I have no pain. And my death was painless. Now I have no pain. In the sense, I got a funny feeling, yes, she was in a lot of pain. but at the moment of death it was painless. So I don't know if she'd been drugged up, or of course if when it's time for to go and the wise ones call us over to the other side there, of course but she's just saying it was my time to go, of course, and now I've got no pain. So I want you to know that, son, I've got no pain now. So that's another reason for you not to hold on to any guilt, that maybe, well, if I'd have called the ambulance earlier, or if I'd have called a doctor earlier, or if we could have got this sorted out earlier, maybe we could have prevented. It's no point in trying to blame yourself for anything like that, because remember, we're so connected. I mean, remember, I wish I'd told you how much I loved you, but it doesn't matter, because we're so connected anyway that we virtually tell each other all the time, don't we? So it doesn't matter, I can tell you as much as I want now, so there. That's what you're sort of saying. So what I do, I think, we'll just knock that crystal there. I'll just my hand there, I think. I think what we'll do there now with this, these cards there, if you don't mind there, June, it's great. You've got a great energy anyway, haven't you? Straight, frank, to the point, in the sense of shit happens, and it's just my opinion, of course. Like as if you're saying that shit happens, nothing we can do about it, so let's just get on with it. And that's I suppose that's the attitude you've got to take sometimes, isn't it, June? Really, and just not hold on to guilt. Don't go blaming yourself if there's nothing you can do about it then. But the main thing is you're not in pain anymore, are you? So if it's not hurting anymore, there's no use getting all upset and blaming ourselves for something that isn't happening anymore. Because we have to remember, we shouldn't really define ourselves by what we did then. Remember that, June, as well. I'm telling you off now. But while you're here, in the sense, remember, yes, you can wish you'd told your son a bit more often how much you loved him and how much you loved the rest of the family as well. But remember, you can't define yourself by what you did then or what you didn't do. You can only define yourself by what you're doing now. And what you're doing now is not being in any pain. That's your action, isn't it? That's what you're doing, is not being in any pain. If you understand that. So there you are. I'll give you a bit of a telling off, June. Always wanted to tell somebody off, especially on the other side. So there you are. I'm sure that she had a sense of humour and she'd be laughing at that as well. Sort of sense of a laugh there, maybe, and in a giggle or something at that. So I think with that anyway, let's grab these cards, as you'd say. Well, grab your cards there, June, if you don't mind now. It's time to go now. I just want to thank you for joining us. I just want to thank you for your time, and we really do appreciate you coming through there nicely there. What we'll do, I'll just place the cards just down here. I'll place your cards there, June, and I'll just grab the rest of the deck for you now, June. We're going to say goodbye now, and as we place the rest of the deck on top, the ritual is, as we know, we just place the rest of the cards on top of the June's cards there. We say farewell, June, and we say love is the law, love is the bond. Merry did we meet, merry do we part, and merry may we meet again. And as we just close our eyes and visualise a door that's open with light, that light that June went to, and we just visualise that door closing now, and the light going out until it's dark. As we say, blessed be to June and June Rester, isn't it? Blessed be to June Rester and all absent friends.